Are those trousers spearmint? What colour would that come under?
Vineyard Vines would have a particular colour for.
Got it.
But
It's a nice mint.
it's a lovely
mint.
Spearmint
It's a lovely
has sort of
mint.
connotations over here that I wouldn't really want. But if you know, you know.
Good evening and welcome to another Monday Night Live after a week off last week. I know. What did you do with yourself?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
Sat there staring.
So we've got Paul Clanner. Hey gents, gapping question. With the maximum gapping irons and wedges, I have 54. Should I go 58 or 60?
Good
question.
If you're trying to, if you're like me and not brilliant at the shorter shots and want to allow yourself to be a little bit more aggressive closer to the green, then go the 60. If you're someone who, from a fitting point of view, what I've seen, if someone plays a little bit across it and works the club underneath more, then you're probably quite good at taking distance off and playing the cut-up shots. And then sometimes playing the lower loft, the 58, means it's naturally a bit stronger and you're better at reining it back. But it is a bit of a personal thing, but if you're trying to optimise, get out of gel close to the green, go the extra loft would be the fitting answer to that.
Matt M. Simon, what hybrids have been the standout of the new 2025 range? Also, is there a shaft that often suits most when you've done hybrid fittings?
Shaft-wise, there isn't. It is purely down to the timing of the player and what weight and balance point and feel they want out of it. Head-wise, I think the ones that have made the GT3 for more of an iron player, where the launch is kept down but it retains some spin, but actually has gained quite a lot of forgiveness versus TSR3. That's been a good head. There are a lot of heads this year that take the spin off. Cobra have always been good hybrids, and that DS Adapt's a lovely head, a nice all-round head. Ping head's really low spin, actually. For some players, I've seen it really low spin, which is a little scary sometimes. As with the Titleist GT2's lower spin than maybe personally I would like it to be. But I think actually the ones that I've enjoyed the most have been, the Cobra's been impressive this year actually. So I wouldn't call it a sleeper because Cobra have been good with hybrids for a long time, but the adjustability is always good to have.
Ali Nerd, what would be your advice for someone who is going through a real rut with their handicap, going up by 4 shots in just a couple of months, not one fault, not going well across the board? At that point, I would put the clubs down, have a week off. Because I think sometimes the deeper you dig, the harder it gets. Get away from the game, watch some beautiful golf on the TV, watch some swings that you love, get some inspiration, watch golfers that you've admired over the years and fill the sort of the bank of positive memories up and recharge, reboot and go again. And then when you come back to it, choose a bend in the sky, i.e. fade or draw, and just hammer that home with a 7-iron. Just get some loft in your hands, hit one shape, and just go down the range with just that golf club and start to build back and make it fun as well. Yeah. Have a bit of a smile on your face. Don't be, down in the dumps with technique and all that kind of stuff. So week off, take a 7-iron, choose the shape of shot, and go from there. And let us know how you get on. We'd love to help.
Yeah, I agree. You can lose the fun.
Absolutely.
And just trying to beat the game out of yourself. And actually, sometimes you say, just go back to why you start in the first place.
Exactly. Jasper L, what does Stuart feel the optimal spacing is for lessons to get quick progress for a mid-handicapper? So I would always say, I only do hour sessions, or minimum of an hour, should I say. I always say when someone walks away with the ingredients that I'd like them to work on, a minimum of 400 to 500 balls and 4 rounds of golf. So hit 100, play a round of golf. Hit 100, play a round of golf. Do that 4 times. And then that way you've had a chance to practice it, play on the golf course, practice it, play on the golf course. That would be the minimum I would like someone to apply between sessions. You can leave it longer, but I wouldn't want to see them before that, because I think that way you give someone a chance to see how it plays, bit of practice, and let the dust settle to then move on. That would be my advice on that one. Noel, 1988, a second question if I may, you absolutely can. Are the hollow body irons getting better with spin and consistency? Do you think the manufacturers can stop hot ones that come every so often?
They are getting better, definitely, but I think the nature of the beast is that you're going hollow body to remove as much weight from the middle of the face and head and put it down low as much as possible. So if you get one that's just a little bit above the CG plane of the head and takes a bit of spin off, you get that face just closing in a little bit, then you do risk, then it's not going to be the absolute cannon that you used to get 8-10 years back, but it's still going to come out with less spin and just go. And the problem is it doesn't necessarily carry that much further than a middle strike, but it carries on going when it lands that much more. And so that's the bit where you see it goes, oh, it's gone 10, 12 yards longer. It hasn't pitched there, but it's run another 7 or 8 yards longer, and that's normally where the problem comes. But they are getting better.
Golf Nerd, following up to my previous question about the S400, what would you suggest as some lighter, even balanced shafts?
So I mean, you can go with something like the Nippon, if you can get hold of Nippon, the either 1150GH or 1050GH. They're very evenly weighted, or possibly something like a KBS High Rev 115. If you're looking for that 115, 120 gram weight, that High Rev is a very evenly weighted, might be a bit high balance. If it is, then a Nippon 1150 is a really good option.
Well, that just about wraps it up, and we've done well. 7:01, we're only 1 minute over.
Very
Super night as usual. We really appreciate all of your participation. Do let us know. You've thrown a few suggestions for us on these Monday Night Lives. We'd love to keep growing them and give you a little bit more of what you want. But hopefully, all of these questions that you have an opportunity to ask Simon and myself, all of the expertise that comes your way every week. So maybe tell a friend and bring them along too. Great to have Simon. Thanks, James, for everything on the edit, Barney for falling asleep, and you guys for tuning in as usual. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday.